لا اللي قلت إن إحنا نمي أتوقع ستكو أرحيه مقالو الفورم برسلكو أفريقيا مقالو الفورم لأن كلا بتاعنا كسجالها ساكن محسن تانك كبوك أفريقيا بارورا مقالو لو أول سكات ميتين سنة تاندقورتي فترة القوية اللي مراحنو عد سبعة برسلكو أفريقيا إنك تناني كومشيني بحلا مقالو الفورم يا ساكن محسن تا إمسيني جيت معنا هنيا مقالو لو صار معنا اللي سنة تان وارلي دا دوستا ما إنت سنة تان مرحلو أرحيه ساكن محسن تا إمسيني هي جيت معنا هاي إنك سنة تان أفريقيا باروركو مقالو الفورم تانجلي جيت ميتين تاني تان ابنتيتا كل جنبك أويه الدور حلا جيت انتها كهتبلين إنها برسلكو إثيوبيا بعد كاره دبلوماسي دفينا كنيمي كما كعكو تنها كادكو تيتل تاكيتني تان كوريدة دوسي تامو متاكو كلا كادكو ملاقو كان تكيتني تان بار ليتني تان إذا دوتاكو سياسة كلا كادكو دادوستامو من كابوكوي عد سبع أفريقيا إن أيتاي تنكادكو بعد كدبلوماسي دفينا كنيمي كما كعكو أتامو ما بارلو كلي دايولي أدرك أمبالانا برسلكو كادكو كلا تني تان أفريقيا بارو دكا مقالب فرمو تانغالي جريت ميتي سني تان الداري كادوكو بار لي سني تان دادوستامو ما أبكرا جتي كلا كادوكو أفريقيا إن أيتا كادوك تكي سني تان بار لي سني تان دادوستامو ما بار لو كادوكو اللي تان بالي سني تان أفريقيا فورم إن دعنا هاي برسلكو عد سبا بار لي سني تان تامو ما تيتل تكي سني هي أرحيه كوريدا دادوسيستامو ما وريه هني سيدي حسن حتى برسلكو منقوت ني تان تامو ما أسكت لي دلوت لي إن أكرينا هي اللي تكي سني تان مقالا كني هي تان مقالا كادوكو بعد حدلو تاني سنين تام مقالو لكوت يختي أنا تكيك جديه تدوس حدل تيت تكيك تاني تان تامو ما تتابع تاني تحت تاني تان حدو تكوف سند ده لكن نحن نحن حدو ما ده جيت تحت تاني تان عد سبه مقالة برسلكو تتدلا منقوه تاني تان دلوت التامية سرمانه لي دادوسو أيون تفانتينا بتا أيون تعداد دو كلا كادوكو منقوه تاني تال دادوس تامو ما تتدل تكيك تاني هي بار لكو أرحيه مقالو لفورمولو تامبالي ملدي أنت تاني تان حدو تتكوف تاني هي أفريقيا مقالو أفريقيا هنك تناني دفينا كادوكو بعدك منقوه تاني تان دبلومات دفينا كنيه كلا تاني تان ويتي تابار لكادوكو لأنه نحن ساعو تدايو سكرا إنه هوي قبل كل يوم ويتي أحدا
kulanti wacan oo wanaagsan daawadayaasheena qiimaha iyo qaayaha loo malka sanaga daawanaysaan waxaa maanta magaalada Addis Ababa ee caasimadda dalka Itoobiya lagu qabanayaa shirka madasha magaalooyinka Afrika taasoo markii u horeysay laga qabtay magaaladani Addis Ababa shirkan ayaa madasha ayaa la aasaasay 2022 magaaladaasi Qaahira runtii madashani waxaa ku kulmaya magaalooyinka guud ee Afrika gaar ahaan magaalooyinka caasimadaha iyo magaalooyinka waaweyn ee guud ahaan dalka qaaradan Afrika madashani waxaa laga hadli doonaa lagana doodi doonaa ajandooyin badan iyo sidii horumar loo gaarsiin lahaa magaalooyinka caasimadaha Afrika oo dhanba si ay u noqdaan magaalooyin ku habboon nolosha bani'aadamka magaalooyin nadiif ah magaalooyin qurux badan sidoo kale madashani waxaa kamid ah dood cilmiyeedyo lagu soo bandhigi doono khibrad wadaag oo wadanka kale khibradiisa u soo bandhigi doono si looga faa'iideysto magaalada Addis Ababa waxay nasiib u yeelatay in markii u horeysay marti geliso shirka madasha Afrika kaasoo ka dhacaya xarunta xuska guusha Adwa maanta ilaa maalinka Jimcaha ayuu socon doonaa shirkani oo ah 3 maalin oo toos ah shirkani waxaa ka soo qayb galay khubaro maamul magaalooyinka maayaro iyo mas'uuliyiin sarsare haday ay yihiin mas'uuliyiinta gaar ahaan maamul magaalooyinka dalkan Ethiopia iyo runtii caasimadaha dalkan Ethiopia maamulkooda runtii shirkani maanta wuxuu ku saabsan yahay ujeedada ugu weyn ah in Afrika ay noqoto magaalooyin ku habboon nolosha bani'aadamka oo sida saynisyahannadu sheegeen daraasada la sameeyay boqolkiiba 60 dadka Afrika waxay ku nool yihiin magaalooyinka marka waxaa masti ah in magaalooyinku ay noqdaan kuwa ku habboon nolosha bani'aadamka runtii magaaladan Addis Ababa ayaa nasiib u yeelatay inay shirkani marti geliso markii horeysay kaasoo ka dhacaya magaalada Addis Ababa xuska guusha Adwa Maxamed Abdullah
Gentlemen, you are watching our live transmission here from Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching our live transmission here from the iconic Adwa Victory Memorial Museum, where the first Africa Urban Forum is to take place. Of course, our world has witnessed rapid urbanization over the past few decades, and it was in 2007 that the world population living in urban areas took over the world population living in rural areas. Presently, around 55% of the global population is living in urban areas. And of course, Africa has also witnessed rapid urbanization over the past few decades. And in the coming 35 years, additional 900 million people are expected to live in urban settlements across Africa. Aware of this rapid urbanization, the Africa Union Commission, along with African leaders, of course, agreed to establish the Africa Urban Forum back in 2022 at a meeting held at Cairo in Egypt. And after 2 years, it is for the first time here at Addis Ababa, the Africa Urban Sector Ministers, along with African mayors and members of the academy and other concerned stakeholders, are coming here at the heart of Addis Ababa to deliberate on challenges and prospects of rapid urbanization across Africa, and they are expected to consult on a number of things that pertains to rapid urbanization at the African continent, and they are expected to also, at the end of this forum, expected to generate a very important document on the Africa urbanization that will guide how African countries will work on addressing urbanization challenges and prospects at individual level and collaborating each other and among themselves. So this discussion is expected to definitely put a roadmap on addressing African rapid urbanization, and members of the academia along with the African urban ministers are expected to deliberate on this important issue. And of course, Africa has already set Agenda 2063, which has a number of points on African urbanization. When African urbanization will take place, there are certain elements that African countries have to consider, ranging from building environmental friendly projects up to making cities resilient and making them conducive to their residents in terms of providing basic facilities like electricity, water, sanitation, and housing, among other things. These are challenges in many African cities nowadays, so this forum is expected to put a roadmap to African countries how they can best address this kind of challenge. So this first ever African Urban Forum, which is to be held here at the iconic Adwa Victory Memorial Museum, has far-reaching implication to Ethiopia, especially, which has undergone a significant reform, especially very recently. Addis Ababa has witnessed a rapid and massive corridor development program that can be a lesson to sisterly African cities. Addis Ababa was able to mobilize around 33,000 people in the first corridor development program, and was able to do a number of projects that can be a lesson to other sisterly African countries. Ethiopia will definitely share its experience, and will also learn from other cities' experience. So this urban forum is expected to be a learning platform from African countries' experience and from the global Wales of experience as well. So we will bring you updates from here at the Adwa Victory Memorial Museum about the latest happenings and the results of meetings. Stay tuned with us. We'll bring you coverage here from the center with different language. Just stay with us.
مشاهدينا الأعزاء، أهلا ومرحبا بكم إلى البث المباشر من متحف أدوى التذكاري من العاصمة الإثيوبية أديس أبابا عبر هيئة الإذاعة والتلفزيون الإثيوبي. إثيوبيا اليوم تستضيف أول منتدى إفريقي، أول منتدى للمدن الإفريقية، وهذا المنتدى يعتبر منتدى تاريخي حيث يتم فيه مناقشة العديد من القضايا التي تساعد على تطوير المدن الإفريقية لتحقيق أجندة الاتحاد الإفريقي 2030 و 2063. فهذا المنتدى هو الأول من نوعه، ويتم فيه تقديم العديد من الدراسات التي تساعد على تطوير المدن الإفريقية وازدهارها. وهذا المنتدى يشارك فيه أكثر من 30 دولة من رؤساء وعمداء المدن الإفريقية ليناقشوا ويتبادلوا الخبرات خلال هذا المنتدى لتحقيق غرض موحد لجعل إفريقيا قارة مزدهرة يشتاق إليها الجميع. ويشارك فيها كذلك العديد من المؤسسات الدولية والإقليمية، كما يشارك فيه عمداء المدن وقادة المدن من جميع أقاليم إثيوبيا. وهذا المنتدى يحقق الغرض الأساسي الذي يسعى ويطمح إليه الاتحاد الإفريقي لجعل قارة إفريقيا قارة مزدهرة وقارة متطورة. وأديس أبابا تستضيف اليوم هذا المنتدى التاريخي في هذا المتحف التاريخي، متحف أدوى التذكاري. ومتحف أدوى التذكاري تم بناؤه في مدينة أديس أبابا لذكرى انتصار أدوى، حيث انتصر الإثيوبيون على الغازي الإيطالي، وهذا المتحف يكون ذكرى لهذا الانتصار. وشهدت العاصمة الإثيوبية أديس أبابا العديد من التطورات في جميع القطاعات، سواء في البنية التحتية وكذلك في تقديم الخدمات الاجتماعية، حيث شهدت خاصة في ثلاث السنوات الأخيرة العديد من التطورات في البنية التحتية، وزاد جمالها وصارت مثل اسمها الزهرة الجديدة. والزهرة الجديدة اليوم إذا خرجت فيها ليل أو في النهار تجد فيها العديد من الأماكن السياحية والأماكن الترفيهية، وكذلك يعني العديد من الخدمات الاجتماعية. وطورت خدمات اجتماعية حيث بدأت منذ 5 سنوات تقديم الوجبات الغذائية للطلاب في جميع المدارس الحكومية في هذه المدينة مرتين في اليوم على الأقل، وكذلك تقديم الوجبات الغذائية للضعفاء، وتم بناء المراكز تقديم الوجبات الغذائية للكبار وكذلك يعني للضعفاء الذين ليست لديهم قدرة. وهذه المدينة تشهد العديد من التطورات لتكون مثل اسمها، وهذا المنتدى يساعد على تحقيق هذا التطور والتقدم. وتابعونا عبر هيئة الإذاعة والتلفزيون الإثيوبي، ننقل لكم خلال الثلاثة أيام الذي يستمر فيه هذا المنتدى في هذا المتحف.
عنده للصوص عنده للصوص.
Once again, good morning, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen.
Akka mul'atan daawwattoota keenya ITVdha kan daawwachaa jirtanii tamsaasa kallattii irratti kan nuti argamnu Fooramii Magaalota Afrikaa yeroo jalqabaatiif magaalaa Finfinneetti gaggeeffame ilaalchisuudhaan tamsaasa kallattii har'aa keenyan odeeffannoowwan garaagaraa simbiraan gahaatti turtii kan taasisnu. Egaa Fooramiin magaalaa kun yeroo jalqabaatiif magaalaa Finfinneetti keessaa kan Afrikaa yookaan magaalota Afrikaa qophaa'ee kan jiru jechuudha. Egaa 63 qabame keessatti hojiiwwan guddoo bulchiinsi magaalichaa hojjechaa jiru keessaatiidha. Odeeffannoowwan dabalataa booddee kan isin biraan geenyu ta'a.
እሺ ወደ ቦታችሁ ተመለሱልን።
Thank you. Please be seated.
የዕለቱ የክብር እንግዳ ክቡር ተመስገን ጥሩነህ የኢትዮጵያ ፌዴራላዊ ዲሞክራሲያዊ ሪፐብሊክ ምክትል ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትር፣ ክብርት አዳነች አቤቤ የአዲስ አበባ ከተማ አስተዳደር ከንቲባ፣ ክብርት ጫልቱ ሳኒ የኢትዮጵያ ፌዴራላዊ ዲሞክራሲያዊ ሪፐብሊክ የከተማና መሰረተ ልማት ሚኒስትር፣ ክብርት ጁዲት ናባካቦ የዩጋንዳ ሪፐብሊክ የመሬት የቤቶችና የከተማ ልማት ሚኒስትር፣ ክብርት አና ክላውዲያ ሮዝባች የተባበሩት መንግስታት ድርጅት የሰፈራ ፕሮግራም ዋና ዳይሬክተር፣ ዶክተር ስቴፈን ካሪንጌ በተባበሩት መንግስታት ድርጅት የአፍሪካ ኢኮኖሚ ኮሚሽን
Excellency ተመስገን ጥሩነህ, Deputy Prime Minister of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia and our guest of honor, Her Excellency Adanech Abebe, the Mayor of Addis Ababa, Her Excellency Chaltu Sani, Minister of Urban and Infrastructure for Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Ms. Anna Claudia Rosbach, Executive Director of United Nations Human Settlement Program, UN Habitat, Her Excellency Judith Nabakaba, Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development of the Republic of Uganda, Chair of AU STC 8 Subcommittee on Housing and Urban Development, Honorable Dr. Stephen Karingi, Executive Secretary of United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, Honorable Ministers and State Ministers present, Honorable Mayors, Honorable Ambassadors and members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is with greatest honor that we extend a warm welcome to each and every one of you on this opening ceremony of the first ever continental platform, which is centered around the theme of sustainable urbanization for African transformation. Once again, welcome you all to your second home.
እናመሰግናለን። ከዚህ በመቀጠል እናመሰግናለን። ወደ ቦታችሁ ተመለሱልን። እሺ ከዚህ በመቀጠል የአዲስ አበባ ባህልና ቲያትር አዳራሽ የኪነ ጥበብ ባለሙያዎች የኢትዮጵያን ባህላዊ ሙዚቃ ያቀርቡልናል። እሱን ተከታትለን እንመለሳለን።
Excellencies, honorable dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, Africa boasts a plethora of cultural diversity. We will
Bantona, Oya Salame, Makaya Kandona, Oya Salame. transformation. Now is the time for education. Now is the time for transformation. For job creation, civilization. Zero tolerance for unemployment, corruption and embezzlement. Rise Africa, rise. Rise Mama Africa. Get up Africa. Get up Mama Africa. Rise Africa, rise. Rise Mama Africa. Get up Africa. Get up Mama Africa. With African Union of ours, outside the one museum of ours, of Africans, freedom fighters, of Africans, lovers of peace, indigenous Africa. Get up, Mama Africa. In Africa, Mama Ethiopia. In a melting pot, Addis Ababa. We see Africa greatly. Agenda 2063. In the genesis of liberty. In the cradle of humanity. Urban forums of Africans for these actions, enhancing cities from generation to generation, from generation to generation. Rise Africa, rise. Rise Mama Africa. Get up Africa. Get up Mama Africa. Rise Africa, rise. Rise Mama Africa. Get up Africa. Get up Mama Africa. Mama, 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 Africa. Mama, 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 Africa.
የመጀመሪያው የአፍሪካ ፎረም በማስተናገዳችን ኢትዮጵያና ኢትዮጵያውያን አዲስ አበባም አብዝቶ ደስ ይለናልና
Akkam jirtu kabajamtoota daawwattoota keenya Fooramii Magaalota irratti argamna. Fooramii Magaalota Afrikaa tamsaasa kallattii keenyaatiin kallattiidhaan simbira ga'u irratti kan argamtanidha. Mirkana egaa tamsaasa kallattii keenyaatiin Fooramii Magaalota Afrikaa nutis torban tokko torban lama oliif jala bultii isaatii wal qabsee waan baay'ee hojjechaa turre har'a magaalaa Finfinneetti ifatti jalqabee jira. Kallattiidhaan kan daawwattoonni keenya daawwachaa jiranis isadha.
Egaan akkuma tikaaste Fooramiin magaalota guyyaa irraa kanarraa eegalee guyyoottan sadan itti aananiif kan turu magaalaa Finfinneetti eegalameetu kan jedhu gaa Fooramiin kun keessattuu sadarkaa guddina magaalonni biyyoota Afrikaa keessa jiran irratti kan xiyyeeffatu akkasuma immoo gamtaan Afrikaa bara 2063tti karoorfate yookaan immoo galma qabatee jira. Galma sanaan wal qabatee magaalonni sadarkaa kamirra ga'uu qabu, misoomawwan bu'uuraa garaagaraa magaalota keessatti haala kamiin guutamuu qabu kan jedhu walumaa galatti rakkoowwan bu'uuraa magaalonni qaban furuu irratti xiyyeeffachuudhaan Fooramiin kun bara 2022tti kan hundaa'e. Egaa Fooramiin kun waggaa waggaadhaan bakkeewwan garaagaraatti ni geggeeffama. Gaa Itoophiyaa keessatti yeroo jalqabaatii fi Fooramiin kun bara kana kan yeroo jalqabaaf magaalaa Finfinneetti giddu gala yaadannoo injifannoo Aduwaatti geggeeffamaa jiru. Egaa carraa kanaan immoo Itoophiyaatti keessaayyuu magaalaa Finfinneetti yeroo
shutii qabaachuu shutii wali qabate carraa kan argachuu dandeessee jirti. Kanaaf carraan kun Itoophiyaadhaaf carraa guddaadha. Keessumaayyuu yeroo itti magaalaan Finfinnee misoomawwan kooriidarii garaagaraa hojjettee akkaataa
argama magaalittii jijjiirtee miidhagina guddaa keessa galte kanatti Fooramiin Afrikaa as magaalaa Finfinneetti gaggeeffamuun isaa carraa guddaa ta'uudha jechuudha.
Egaa keessattuu Itoophiyaan biyyoota Afrikaa birootiif kallattii hedduudhaan biyya muuxannoo dabarsaa jirtu yookaan immoo biyya fakkeenyummaan eeramtudha. Birmadummaa Afrikaaf shoora taphatterraa eegalee paan afrikaanizimii sochii sana geggeessuudhaanis wal qabatee sochii
kantiibaa bulchiinsa magaalaa Finfinnee Adaanech Abeebee kallattiidhaan haasaa taasisuu jalqabaniiru kallattiidhaan gara sitti isaan affeera.
Excellency Adam Farah, with the rank of Deputy Prime Minister, Head of Democratic System Office of Ethiopia, Her Excellency Chaltu Sani, Minister of Urban and Infrastructure of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Her Excellency Yunis Nabakoba, Minister of Land, Housing and Urban Development of Uganda, Ms. Anna Claudia Robas-Baka, Executive Director of the United Nations Human Settlement Program, Ministers, Ambassadors, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. I am delighted to welcome you all to your second home, narrates our journey toward African unity. Thus, we are proud and excited to host you in the landmark of the Black People's Victory Memorial. As the future brings rapid global urbanization, which will occur mainly in Africa, this event marks a significant step in preparing for the wave of urbanization across our continent. The future of African cities is bright. African cities have huge potential for development. The transformation of African cities will serve as an engine of the continent's economic development and beyond. Leadership plays an irreplaceable role in harnessing the potential of cities. Mayors are at the heart of this role. Given their limited terms of office, the mayor's determination to leave long-lasting legacy should always be remembered. Above all, making our cities livable, green, and safe is the basis of the transformation. The cities will be home to us and our future generation, ensuring habitability, safety, and resilience is our that utmost benefits for the vulnerable. Among all, our student and community feeding, the early child development program, establishment of the Women's Rehab and Empowerment Center, and job creation for youth entails serving and prioritizing disadvantaged. Addis Ababa is rapidly changing and advancing toward global competitiveness. In addition to other development efforts, the recent transformation of our city's corridors is yielding remarkable results. We are initiating urban renewal, upgrading, and revitalizations. We are expanding our roads, creating city where everyone, not just cars, has a place. This includes developing bike lanes, running tracks, and pedestrian walkways, all parts of our commitments to making the cities livable for everyone. These interventions are coupled with efforts to improve access and ensure multimodal transport and provide public spaces among other initiatives. Moreover, developing new public spaces with playgrounds, sport fields, parks, and fountains not only have empowered to fulfill our dream and leave a long-lasting legacy. In sum, our experiences and achievements of the past few months have told us the applicability and the reality of African city to transform. Thus, I call upon the participants of the African Urban Forum to converse and strategize about the fate of African cities. We need to learn from each other and leverage the advantages of being latecomers. Excellencies, together we will build our cities and our continent, Africa. I wish that you will have a pleasant and a joyful stay in your second home, Addis Ababa. I thank you. I thank you. God bless Africa and its people.
እሺ እጅግ አድርገን እናመሰግናለን ክብርት ከንቲባ አዳነች አቤቤ።
Thank you, Your Excellency.
ከዚህ በመቀጠል ንግግር የሚያደርጉልን ፋጢሚቱ አብዱል ማሊክ የአፍሪካ መንግስታት ከተሞች ፕሬዝዳንት።
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على النبي الكريم. Excellence Monsieur le Vice-Premier ministre de l'Éthiopie, Excellences Messieurs les ministres, Honorable Madame la maire d'Addis Abeba, Madame la secrétaire exécutive d'ONU Habitat, Mesdames, Messieurs les ambassadeurs, Monsieur le directeur du département, le secrétaire exécutif de la Commission économique des Nations Unies pour l'Afrique, Mesdames et Messieurs, en vos grades et titres respectifs, je vous apporte le salut des populations de la ville de Nouakchott, capitale de la Mauritanie, qui personnifie les défis que l'urbanisation rapide a lancés en Afrique. Nouakchott, qui se développe sur un site où le désert vient rencontrer la mer, sous un stress hydrique, confrontant ainsi notre ville à des défis majeurs en termes d'infrastructures, de services et de durabilité environnementale. Avancée du désert et élévation du niveau de la mer qui menacent une grande partie de la ville. Et égard à la pression et à l'extension horizontale. Ainsi, l'accès à l'eau potable, l'électricité, l'éducation, santé, en amont, les services de base restent irréguliers, particulièrement dans les quartiers périphériques. Cette situation a été accentuée par la Covid-19, qui nous a démontré à quelque chose de malheur et bon, que nos villes ne sont pas résilientes et que nous devons repenser notre planification urbaine, notre mode de production et notre mode de consommation. Vous comprenez donc aisément que pour les leaders de la région de Nouakchott, modestement que je suis, ce premier forum urbain de l'Afrique offre une opportunité unique de voir des problèmes auxquels je dois faire face au quotidien, partagés au niveau panafricain, avec les autorités de gouvernements nationaux, avec mes pairs leaders de gouvernements locaux et régionaux, avec les représentants de la société civile, avec les professionnels de la planification et de la gestion des villes et des territoires, avec les opérateurs du secteur privé, mais aussi avec les milieux académiques et de la recherche, avec les institutions de financement, avec le milieu de la philanthropie et bien sûr les partenaires de la coopération internationale. Je voudrais très sincèrement, sincère reconnaissance de la communauté des collectivités territoriales d'Afrique regroupées au sein de l'Organisation des cités gouvernements locaux unis d'Afrique, CGLI Afrique. Je participe à ce forum urbain de l'Afrique avec la parfaite conviction qu'il inaugure une ère nouvelle où l'enjeu de l'urbanisation rapide de notre continent va enfin être levé au rang des priorités politiques du continent. Compte tenu du potentiel que les villes africaines recèlent pour réaliser la transformation structurelle de l'Afrique que promeut l'agenda 2063 de l'Union africaine. Nous sommes en effet à la croisée des chemins par rapport à la gestion de l'urbanisation, comme le montre très justement le très instructif rapport publié par ONU Habitat à l'occasion de ce forum. Je suis certaine que toutes ces intelligences réunies dans cette belle ville d'Addis Abeba, dont je salue et remercie vivement ma collègue Madame la maire, à l'occasion de ce forum, permettront à l'Afrique de définir et de mettre en œuvre une vision commune et partagée pour combler le déficit d'investissement dans les infrastructures urbaines que nous déplorons dans nos villes, dans nos pays et en Afrique en général. Il y va de l'amélioration des conditions de vie des populations auxquelles nous sommes redevables. Je vous souhaite de fructueux échanges.
ማይክ ሳሎ ከአፍሪካ መሰረተ ልማትና ከተማ ልማት የስራ ኃላፊ ይሆናሉ።
We have the privilege of welcoming our next distinguished speaker, Mike Salu, Director of the Development of Infrastructure and Urban Development. Thank you.
Deputy Prime Minister, Ministers, Excellencies, distinguished guests, all protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the African Development Bank, we are pleased to be present today and fully participate in the first African Urban Forum. This is a landmark event on our continent, and we wish to congratulate the government of Ethiopia, the African Union, UN Habitat, and all the stakeholders here present, and the fantastic and efficient organization despite a packed continental agenda in 2024. In only a few years, by 2050, the number of people living in African cities is expected to double from around 600 million today to about 1.2 billion, representing the most rapid rate of urbanization in the world. Institutional capacity to raise their own financing. During the event, some of the key elements, drivers identified to unlock investment in African cities. Those include very quickly investing in effective multi-level governance, increased investment in cities, strengthening legislative and institutional capacity, accelerate policy and administrative reforms, support cities' capacity, the men and women that make our municipalities, and develop infrastructure project pipelines in mobility, water, sanitations, power, housing, green spaces, and smart city. I'm actually very happy, Madam Mayor. I'm driving all day in Addis in electric taxi here in Addis. I hope many cities will follow on the example of Addis. As you know, the African Development Bank continues to work with countries on urban leaders to transform their cities. On average, the bank board approves about 2 billion per year on projects and programs that have direct positive impact on urban areas in Africa. The bank also includes the Urban and Municipal Development Fund, which is here and be present during the event, to provide technical assistance and capacity building for urban planning, governance, especially on municipal fiscal management and raising municipal resources, and project preparation, which is a key to be able to invest. The fund is the Africa Urban Forum, long life in moving our cities into the 21st century. I thank you.
እናመሰግናለን ማይክ ሳሎ።
Thank you, Mr. Mike.
በመቀጠል ንግግር እንዲያደርጉልን የምንጋብዛቸው ዶክተር ስቴፈን ካሪንጌ የተባበሩት መንግስታት ድርጅት የአፍሪካ ኢኮኖሚክ ኮሚሽን ዋና ስራ አስፈጻሚ ይሆናሉ።
Esteemed guests, it is with great honor and privilege that we now welcome our next speaker, Dr. Stephen Karingi, Executive Secretary of United Nations Economic Commission for Africa. Please welcome, sir.
His Excellency Temesgen Tirne, the Deputy Prime Minister of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Her Excellency Judith Nabakoba, the Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development of Uganda, and also the Chair of the Subcommittee, Urban Development, in the 8th Specialist Technical Committee of the African Union, Her Excellency Chatu Sani, His Excellency Chatu ministers, ambassadors, heads and representatives of partner organizations, distinguished business leaders, esteemed representatives from civil society, guest participants from across the continent and beyond. On behalf of His Excellency, Mr. Kleber Gatete, the UN Under-Secretary General, and also the Executive Secretary of the Economic Commission for Africa, I have the honor to welcome you to the inaugural Africa Urban Forum on the theme Sustainable Urbanization for Africa's Transformation. Your presence underscores our shared commitment to Africa's urban future. I wish to thank our host, the Ethiopian government, and the African Union Commission for co-organizing this forum in partnership with UN Habitat and the Economic Commission for Africa. This successful collaboration with you, together with our supporters represented here, highlights the collective resolve required to address urbanization's challenges and opportunities in Africa. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, African cities are vital to the continent's economic and social development, contributing over half of the continent's GDP. However, rapid urbanization has brought in its wake several challenges, including underdeveloped infrastructure, climate vulnerabilities, and socioeconomic inequalities. Indeed, with 60%, and also strengthen Africa's economic resilience and industrial base. The third is prioritizing infrastructure, technology, connectivity, and energy to build the backbone of modern, efficient cities that can support sustainable development. And the fourth is addressing climate change and food security, recognizing that sustainable urban development must be resilient to environmental challenges. Furthermore, the Economic Commission for Africa is actively engaged in several initiatives relevant to sustainable cities. These include providing technical support to facilitate the implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area, developing frameworks and providing guidance for climate-smart infrastructure projects, promoting sustainable urbanization through national policies and local governance, and also working with local governments to strengthen financial management to fund urban development. In addition to this, the Economic Commission for Africa is supporting the use of technology and innovation in urban management and also producing analytical reports and African Urban Portal that provides insights into urban development trends, guiding policymakers in making informed decisions about sustainable urban growth. It is instructive to note that these efforts align with key African Union strategies, including Agenda 2063, to create cities. UNCDF is also spearheading the municipal fiscal space in African cities. This initiative is empowering local governments to generate and manage financial resources more effectively, enabling them to invest in critical infrastructure and services. This forum, therefore, provides a unique platform for exploring financing options, forging partnerships, and also advancing solutions for sustainable urbanization. Let us therefore use this opportunity to deepen collaborations, share expertise, and also commit to actionable strategies that will transform our urban landscapes. Together, we can ensure that African cities are not only agents of growth, but also exemplars of sustainable and inclusive development. I thank you very much for listening to me, and I also look forward to our productive discussions. Thank you.
እናመሰግናለን ዶክተር ስቴፈን ካሪንጌ።
Thank you, Dr. Stephen.
ከዚህ በመቀጠል የመጀመሪያውን የአፍሪካ ከተሞች ፎረም እያዘጋጀች የምትገኘው አዲስ አበባ ዋና ዋና የከተማ ልማት ገጽታዎቿን የሚያሳይ አጭር ተንቀሳቃሽ ቪዲዮ ተከታትለን እንመለሳለን።
Excellencies, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, our next item is a brief documentary interlude highlighting Home for All.
Welcome to Addis Ababa, the vibrant hub of Africa. It's absolutely incredible how much this city has evolved over the years. From its founding in 1886 to the bustling metropolis that it is today, Addis Ababa has experienced constant growth and transformation, and it's now on the road to prosperity and a very bright future. This is Ethiopian Skylight Hotel, a prestigious 5-star hotel owned by Ethiopian Airlines. This remarkable establishment offers a heaven of comfort just moments away from the airport. The biggest library in East Africa. Hundreds of meters away from Abrahot Library, we have the Science Museum, which is designed to inspire the next generation and help innovate the future of the country. This is Friendship Park, the biggest urban park in Addis Ababa. Visitors from in and out of Addis Ababa come to the Friendship Park for its beautiful sights, the fresh air, to engage in sporty activities and to celebrate their birthdays, their weddings, and many more. This truly is breathtaking. At night, the beautiful colorful lights all over town come to life. Addis Ababa has catered events and concerts for Africa's biggest artists throughout the years. The enlargement of main roadways, pleasant walkways, well-divided bike lanes, the underpass of Arat Kilo, breathtaking waterfalls, and children's recreational gardens are all direct outcomes of the Addis Ababa Corridor Development Project. These days, walking around in Addis Ababa streets at night is like swimming in a gorgeous lake of lights, thanks to the city's Corridor Development Project. To illustrate the scope and depth of the work being done on the Addis Ababa City Corridor development, you could say that it's like building a new city. Standing at a place that starts. This exceptional park is established in the natural forest of Interlude Hills, and it offers many recreational activities, including horseback riding, camping, hiking, and many more. Welcome to the African Union. We are now standing tall at the heart of African diplomacy. Addis Ababa is and will always be the home for all Africans, embodying the spirit of Pan-Africanism and serving as a vibrant meeting place where cultures, languages, and aspirations converge. Welcome to Addis Ababa, the vibrant hub of Africa.
በጣም ነው የምናመሰግነው። የመጀመሪያው የከተሞች ፎረም አዘጋጁ አዲስ አበባ የእናንተን ጥቂት ጊዜ ወስዳ ደግሞ በቀንም በማታም ሊታዩ የሚችሉ ትላልቅ የኮሪደር ልማትና የከተማ ልማት ማሳያ የሆኑ አካባቢዎችን ትጎበኛላችሁ ብዬ ተስፋ
Executive Director of United Nations Human Settlements Program to address us. Please welcome Your Excellency.
Excellency Tesmekin Tirune, Deputy Prime Minister of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Honorable Mayor Adanek Abebi, Mayor of the City of Addis Ababa, Excellency Shalto Ibrahim, Minister of Urban and Infrastructure in Ethiopia, Excellency Judith Nabakoba, Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Uganda, Madam Fatimetu Abdel Malik, President UCLG of Africa, Mr. Stefan Achia, representative of the President of the African Development Bank, Mr. Stephen Karinji, representative of the Executive Secretary of UNECA. Honorable ministers, honorable mayors, members of the diplomatic community, distinguished colleagues, all stakeholders, all participants here today, ladies and gentlemen, Ende min aderacho. Good morning. It's an honor to advance. I would like to share with you some of the figures that we already know about the world today. So we live in a world where cities are contributing significantly for the challenges of climate change, 70% of emissions, but also a world where cities contribute 80% to countries' GDPs. So economically, extremely important. We live in a world that soon, many of you mentioned before, in 2050, we'll have 70% of the population living in cities. What does it mean? It means that we are expecting 2.5 billion newcomers in cities. And within this context, what's the meaning for Africa, for this continent? I think my predecessor mentioned before, Stefan, it means that we will double the urban population in the continent. In other words, 1.2 billion people in cities in Africa, an influx of 600 million people to African cities. 6 million people to African cities. So here's the question, and we have 3 days to answer. Are the cities prepared for this influx, for this huge transformation? Because there will be a transformation. There are still millions of people without access to water. I see on this concept note that we still have millions of people without access to electricity, to sanitation, to basic services. There's one particular figure that I would like to remember us, which is, I believe, 250 almost million people living in informal settlements. And many of the previous speakers highlighted how prevalent the informal settlements are in their cities. It's almost half of the population. So I'm calling attention to that because I really think we need to put some urgency in address that before and while we get ready to receive this new influx of population. But also, when I read the concept note, that's the foundation for the discussions in the next 3 days, I also see that in this continent, in the last 20 years, 300 million people improved and gained access to water and/or electricity. I see that 200 million people had access to sanitation. And now I will do some marketing for UN Habitat because I believe UN Habitat is part of that. I also see that 45 countries have developed factory, and I see an evolving framework, institutional framework of policies, of programs, robust set of experiences that can lay the foundation for the next phase, that can help us be prepared. So I do see with optimism, and I do think it's possible that we go towards the virtual cycle. The concept note proposes a visual cycle and a virtual cycle. I'm aware of the dangers and the risk of entering the visual cycle, but I do believe that we can choose the virtual cycle. This is because I'm seeing things that are happening here. I also read on the concept note a lot of cases and experiences from this continent, and the potential for us to learn from these experiences. So this African Urban Forum, the sheer fact that it exists and all the stakeholders are here, it's a proof that we do have governments, national, subnational, civil society stakeholders, academia. We do have private sector. We do have a big amount that we plan accordingly. So housing will be critical. And we are living in a world where almost all countries are facing a housing crisis. We see homelessness, we see needs for reconstruction, we see informality in many other regions, not only in Africa. I come from Brazil, I come from Latin America. Informality is prevalent there as well, in Asia countries, even in the global north. It's becoming more and more common. So it's very important that we plan our cities well and we think smartly how we are using our land. We maximize the built environment. We maximize the structures built by the people in these informal settlements. But we also think where these new houses will be located. So we need to plan our cities. And we need to have clever, smart housing, land policies. We have to be aware of the risks of urban sprawl in terms of affecting our natural surroundings, in terms of affecting food security, in terms of affecting negatively the social fabric. And as I'm an economist, I would like to close remembering us, on the importance and the relevance for cities for economic growth and development. We all know how important urban agglomerations are to expand consumer markets. So, to close, I really would like from UN Habitat to express my commitment, my intention to support you, and I believe from what I saw, the commitment of the whole staff of UN Habitat in this process. And invite you in the next 3 days to think, to create, to gather your knowledge, your wisdom, to foster this agenda in Africa. Build a strong coalition that can help us create a global roadmap. I invite you all to attend the World Urban Forum in November in Cairo, Egypt as well. And bring the results, bring the ideas, bring your insights, bring your strengths to this space, which is a global space. And Africa must be seen, heard, and be in the driver's seat in this global discussion. Thank you very much.
እናመሰግናለን ክብርት ክላውዲያ ሮዝባች።
Thank you, Honorable Ms. Anna Claudia. We'll move on to our next item on the agenda.
ከዚህ በመቀጠል ንግግር እንዲያደርጉልን የምንጋብዛቸው ክብርት ጫልቱ ሳኔ የኢትዮጵያ ፌዴራላዊ ዲሞክራሲያዊ ሪፐብሊክ የከተማና መሰረተ ልማት ሚኒስትር ይሆናሉ።
Excellencies, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen. The first African Urban Forum, anchored on the theme of sustainable urbanization for Africa's transformation.
His Excellency Adam Farah, Vice President of Prosperity Party, and in the position of Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable Adanech Abebe, Mayor of Addis Ababa City Administration, Her Excellency Judy's, my sister Judy's, Uganda Minister of Land, Housing, and Urban Development of Uganda, and Chairperson of Subcommittee on Urban Development, Section number 8. Mrs. Anna Claudia Rosbach, Executive Director of the United Nations Human Settlement Program, or UN Habitat. Dr. Stephen Karangi, Officer in charge of the Executive Secretary of UNCA. Excellencies, Ministers, Ambassadors, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. It is a profound honor to stand before you today as we gather for the African Urban Forum in the vibrant city of Addis Ababa. Our meeting themed Sustainable Urbanization for Africa Transformation Agenda 2063 reflects our collective commitment to shaping the future of our cities and urban spaces. It has been a long journey to bring this African Urban Forum under the auspices of the African Union to life. Today, Africa is a continent with numerous urban agendas. The political landscape in our cities and shifted through political decentralization, and our urban economy now constitutes a significant portion of our national GDP. Urban centers are beginning to transform from hubs of poverty into symbols of African prosperity. Urban areas are increasingly focusing on climate resilience through green innovations, and we are striving in development human-centered and innovative infrastructure in our cities. The Africa we want is on the cusp of transformation. We are both grateful and honored to lay the foundation for solution to the urban agendas in Africa. We believe that our challenges in growing alongside our urban economies and transformation. The changes we need are tied to addressing this evolving challenge. Dear honorable guests, delegates from member states and international partners, Africa is a continent of immense potential, brimming with opportunities. Our urbanization trends show that the rapid growth of our cities at an infrastructure deficits, inadequate housing, and strains on essential services. These challenges should be seen not merely as obstacles, but as opportunities for transformation and growth, provided we address them with foresight and creativity. The African Urban Forum is a landmark initiative that provides a vital platform for addressing these challenges. It is the first foremost convened by the African Union to tackle urbanization issues in a very comprehensive way, and to turn these challenges into opportunities aligned with our vision for Africa Agenda 2063. This forum is more than just a meeting. It is a call to action for all of us, policymakers, urban planners, development partners, and community leaders to collective and innovative solutions. We are here not only to discuss the state of urbanization, but also to inspire and build the Africa we want. This vision includes cities that are economically vibrant, inclusive, and sustainable. We envisioned an African where urban centers provide quality education, healthcare, and social service environments that are safe, accessible, and able for all citizens. As Ethiopia, both as host and participant, we are deeply committed to the mission. We have been actively revising and implementing policies to address the unique challenges of our urban space. Our new policy frameworks are designed to harness the growth potential of our cities, transforming them into energies of prosperity and development. This aligns with our broader commitment to the goal of Agenda 2063 and our vision for thriving, sustainable Africa. As we embark on this forum, let us seize this opportunity to share insights, exchange best practices and experiences, and build meaningful partnership. Let us work together, develop solutions that are both innovative and practical, ensuring that the benefits of urbanization reach all Africans and contribute to prosperous and inclusive African future. Thank you for your dedication and for joining us in this critical endeavor. Together, let us make the forum a milestone in our journey forward a sustainable, vibrant,
አለን ክብርት ጫልቱ ሳኒ የከተማና መሰረተ ልማት ሚኒስትር።
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister.
በመቀጠል ንግግር እንዲያደርጉልን የምንጋብዛቸው ክብርት ጁዲት ናባኮባ የዩጋንዳ ሪፐብሊክ የመሬት የቤቶችና ከተማ ልማት ሚኒስትር ይሆናሉ። እንኳን ደህና መጡልን።
We are now greatly honored and privileged to most respectfully invite Her Excellency Judith Nabakoba, Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development of Republic of Uganda, Chair of AU ST8 Subcommittee on Housing and Urban Development. Welcome, Your Excellency.
Thank you, the directors of ceremonies. Good morning, distinguished participants. Salam, bonjour, habari. Your Excellency, the Deputy Prime Minister of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Your Excellency, the Vice Chair of Prosperity Party, Your Excellency, the Minister for Urban Infrastructure of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Your Lord, representatives of UNECA and other UN agencies, the cultural leaders present today, the technical staff of the AUSTC number 8, Secretariat, all delegations from the AU member states, all other guests, members of the press, distinguished participants. I'm Judith Nabakoba from Uganda, Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development. And I'm also the chairperson of the Housing and Urbanization Committee under the AU STC number 8. First and foremost, allow me to thank the Prime Minister of the Democratic Republic of Ethiopia for hosting the inaugural African Urban Forum. I bring you greetings from His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. On behalf of the AUSTC number 8 and the Republic of Uganda, allow me to thank all member states for trusting us to deliver this critical forum on urbanization. Your Excellency, sir, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to address this inaugural Africa Urban Forum, and on behalf of the African for Africa. Furthermore, I thank all the partners for their invaluable technical and financial support in making this forum a reality. The African Union Commission and its member states in Cairo, Egypt, that was in August, we took a decision to have the African Urban Forum where we can push the African urban agenda. This was informed by the mounting recognition of the rapid urbanization in Africa, the opportunities and challenges. We recognized the need to create a Pan-African high-level approach to unlocking the potential of urbanization on our continent, Africa. According to the UN Habitat, Africa's urban population is projected to reach 1.3 by 2050. This will surpass Europe's urban population of 540 million and approach half of the Asia's urban population which is 3.2 billion. Therefore, the multi-stakeholder platform for discussion on critical urban issues is timely, and it is now. Ladies and gentlemen, the forum's theme, Sustainable Urbanization for Africa's Structural Transformation, is timely and crucial. Need for innovative ways of financing our cities and urban areas. As our cities expand, they require massive investments in infrastructure, housing, essential services, and fiscal planning. We require investments that will support urban growth and drive long-term development for Africa. Innovative financing mechanisms such as public-private partnerships, development finance, green bonds, impact investing, crowdfunding, infrastructure investment trusts, local revenue corrections by the cities and municipalities, municipal bonds will enable us to gain a momentum quickly. Your Excellency, sir, Africa's cities are on the front lines of global crisis, facing unprecedented threats from the floods, droughts, heat waves, landslides, water scarcity, food insecurity, and other climate-related disasters, as well as rapid urbanization, population growth, and social inequality. According to the African Development Bank, the economic losses from climate-related disasters in Africa are projected to reach $50 billion by 2050. However, this new urban agenda aligns with the ambitious goals of the Agenda 2063 and Agenda 2030, the Sustainable Development Goals. The framework is meant to assist member states in realizing the benefits of urbanization and leveraging human settlements for inclusive growth, reduced poverty, and enhanced economic competitiveness. Once again, as I conclude, Your Excellency, allow me in a special way to thank my sister, Child Sani, for her drive towards seeing this event being a successful one. I want to thank the STC number 8 members, the technical committee, for having also been so vibrant in putting the thoughts together to achieve what the ministers decided on in Cairo in 2022. Allow me once again to wish you fruitful deliberations in the next 3 days, because that's where we are going to talk and have a discussions on the best way forward. I thank you for your kind attention. May God build Africa. Thank you so much.
We now most respectfully invite His Excellency to deliver the grand opening speech. Welcome, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, Adam Farah, Vice Chairperson of Prosperity Party, Honorable Adanech Abeebe, Mayor of Addis Ababa City, Your Excellency Judith Nabakuba, Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development of Uganda, and Chair of the Subcommittee of Urban Development STC number 8, Your Excellency Chaltu Sani, Ministry of Urban Development and Housing of Ethiopia, Ms. Anne Claudia Rosbach, Executive Director of United Nations Human Settlement Program, UN Habitat, Excellency Ministers and Mayors, Excellency Ambassadors and UN representatives, distinguished guests, and esteemed participants, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pride and anticipation that I warmly welcome you to the African Union Forum 2024 Urban Spaces. The African Urban Forum is a crucial platform. It allows us to reflect on our progress, exchange ideas, and chart a path forward for sustainable, inclusive, and prosperous cities across our continent. This forum also aligns with Agenda 2063, which envisions the urban Africa we want. This vision is not just about meeting challenges, it is about creating our own solutions. I believe the challenges of our time demand more than conventional responses. We need adaptive political strategies that resonate with our continental aspirations. We must harness our collective strengths to build a more prosperous Africa. Ethiopia, with its rich history and dedication to diplomacy, has been steadfast in supporting our common continental aspirations. Our commitment to regional cooperation underscores our dedication to overcoming divisions and fostering a unified, prosperous Africa. As we envision, we integrated urban Africa characterized by economic unity, we must harness the potential of our cities to drive social development and environmental sustainability. Urbanization, when managed effectively, can be a powerful force for development. Our cities are hubs of innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurship. They are places where ideas are born, industries thrive, and diverse communities come together. In our cities, we find the dynamism that propels our economic forward. However, the benefit of urbanization do not automatically translate into equitable growth. Today, we face many challenges: inadequate infrastructure, housing shortage, unemployment, environmental degradation, and the impact of climate change. These challenges are complex and interconnected. They require fresh insight and strategic actions that foster inclusivity and innovation. We must build cities that are resilient and adaptable, capable of withstanding future shocks. We must embrace new technologies, sustainable practices, and innovative solutions to create cities that are not only of Africa's cities. Our success will depend on ability to work together, leverage our strengths, and remain committed to the principles of Agenda 2063. Ethiopia stands ready to support and drive these solutions within the framework of African Union's collective goals. Honorable Africans, ladies and gentlemen, as we embark on this journey, let us remember that the future of Africa is in our hands. The decisions we make today will shape the cities of tomorrow. Our leadership must be strengthened through unwavering political commitment. We must enhance our institutional capacity, by developing skilled human resource and robust policy frameworks. Effective resource mobilization, financial planning, and enhancing revenue are key to advancing the urbanization agenda. Inclusive, resilient urban development is the way forward to address the challenges Africa faces. We must also focus on strengthening partnerships, advocacy, outreach, and communication. Our cities and towns should be centered for enhanced bilateral and multilateral cooperations. These elements are crucializing the urban agendas of Agenda 2063 and creating the urban Africa we want. Let us work together to ensure our urban centers are vibrant, dynamic, inclusive, sustainable, and resilient. On this, I want to say that this very valuable and important African Urban Forum is already opened. Enjoy your stay in your second home, Addis Ababa, the capital city of African Union. Thank you very much.
We are kindly requesting His Excellency to stay on the stage once again. Thank you, sir.
እዚሁ እንዲቆዩልን የዕለቱ የክብር እንግዳ በክብር እንጠይቃለን። ክቡራትና ክቡራን ይህንን ታሪካዊ ቀን ምክንያት በማድረግ ፊት ለፊት ያላችሁ የክብር እንግዶቻችን የአፍሪካ ሚኒስትሮችና አምባሳደሮች ከክብር እንግዳችን የማስታወሻ ፎቶ ስነ ስርዓት ይኖረናል።
Thank you, Your Excellency, for gracing this auspicious occasion and officially opening the forum. We now kindly will have a family photo. Therefore, all our esteemed dignitaries who are seated on the first row, please, you can join us, and then will be followed by high-ranking African Union and our partners to also join us in this family photo. Thank you.
Qaamoleen hooggansaa garaagaraa kantiibaa bulchiinsa magaalaa Finfinnee irraa kaasee hanga ministeera muummee taanaa bira gahuutti haasawwan bal'aan taasifamanii jiranii ergaawwan gurguddaan irratti darbanii jiru.
Egaa akkuma kaaste fooramiin kun fooramii jalqabaati. Fooramii jalqabaa kana immoo Itoophiyaan qopheessuu isheetii fi biyya carra qabeettiidha. Egaa carraadhaan osoo hin ta'in hojii hojjetteenii fi akkasuma immoo giddugala gamtaa Afrikaa illee ta'uu isheetiin fi akkasuma immoo seenaawwan biyyoota Afrikaa keessatti keessaayyuu bakka ka'umsa paan afrikaanizimii ta'uu isheetiin wal qabatee carraa kana argachuu dandeesseeti kan jirtu akkasuma immoo teessoo gamtaa Afrikaatis. Egaa magaalaa Finfinnee fooramii kanaan wal qabatee waan baay'ee jechuu dandeenya keessattuu magaalaan Finfinnee misooma kooriidariitiin yerootti miidhagdee faayamtee sadarkaa gaariirra jirti.
Akkasumas immoo ministeerota biyyoota garaagaraatti dhufan kan Itoophiyaa dabalatee sirna suuraa ka'uutii kan geggeessaa jiran daawwattoota keenya informii gochuudhaaf.
Kanaaf wayitaa magaalaan Finfinnee jijjiirama hunda qabeessa geggeessaa jirtu kanatti ta'uunsaa immoo Itoophiyaan gama misooma magaalaatiin xiyyeeffannoo akkamii kennitee hojjechaa jirti. Itoophiyaa keessatti maaltu jira keessaayyuu immoo magaalaan Finfinnee magaalaa guddoo Itoophiyaa ta'uu isheetiin wal qabatee akkasuma magaalaa guddoo Afrikaa ta'uu isheetiin wal qabatee sanaan alattis immoo magaalaa dippiloomaatonni hedduminaan keessa jiraatan ta'uu isheetiin wal qabatee jijjiirama akkamii galmeessaa jirti gama misooma magaalaatiin maaltu jira kan jedhu aangawoonni mootummaa biyyoota garaagaraa dhufanii fi akkasuma kantiibonnii fi hooggantoonni dhimma misooma magaalaa bakkeewwan.
Naannoo sadarkaa Afrikaatti darbee sadarkaa addunyaatti ija magaalota kanneen biroo ta'uu dandeessi tarii misoomaalee bu'uuraatiin yookaan immoo sosochii magaalota keessa jiruun haga magaalota Afrikaa kanneen biroo guddachuu dhiisuu dandeessi. Garuu gama siyaasaatti yoo ilaalte bakkeewwan seena qabeeyyii garaagaraatiin yoo ilaalte akkasumas immoo teessoo gamtaa Afrikaa ta'uu isheetiin wal qabsiiste yeroo jalqabaatiif fooramii kana gaggeessuun ishee waan akka filatamtu ishee taasisa keessa keessaa ishee tokkodha. Egaa Adaanech Abeebee haasawwan bal'aa taasisanii keessumaayyuu magaalaa keessan magaalaa dippiloomaatotaa kan taate kan waliin qabnu baga nagaan dhuftan jedhanii kaasanii jiru. Caalmaatti garuu kan magaalonni kanneen hoggansi kanneen biroo kaasan osoo laanne keessumaayyuu fakkeenyaaf Maayik Saaluun Afrikaan Urban Fooramii keessatti nama sadarkaa hoggansa garaagaraarra jirudha. Akkasumas immoo hojiilee Afrikaadhaan magaalota walii qabatu irrattis bal'inaan kan yaada kaasaa ture. Achi keessa magaalaa Finfinnee akka fakkeenya magaalota Afrikaa kanneen biroo taateetti irra deddeebi'ee kaasaa ture. Akkasumas kantiibaa magaalaa Finfinnees galateeffachaati kan ture. Isa keessaa tokko magaalonni bakkeewwan magariisummaa qaban qabaachuu taasisuun hawwataa taasisuun hojiilee magaalonni hojjechuu qaban keessaa tokko akka ta'etti kaase. Kanaaf magaalaa Finfinnee keessatti magaalota elektirikaadhaan hojjechuu danda'an baay'ee isaanii arginee jirra. Inni kun guddina jalqabaa akkasumas immoo magaalonni kanneen biroo irraa muuxannoo fudhachuun irra jiraatu jedhee kaase keessaati.
Egaa keessattuu wantoota babal'ina magaalaatiin magaalotaatiin wal qabatee wantoota akka qormaataatti kaafaman baay'ee isaaniis kaasanii jiru. Keessattuu magaalonni babal'ataa yerleessite bifa haaraatiin bifa ammayyaatiin sadarkaa magaalonni irra gahuu qaban kaayyessitee kanatti ijaartu. Egaa magaalaa Finfinnee yoo fudhatte riifoormii akkasii keessa darbuudhaan amma miidhagina amma ilaalaa jirru kun dhufaa kan jiru. Inni kun ammoo jalqaba itti karoorfamuu dhabuu isaa irraati kan madde jechuudha. Haalli hundeeffama isaa fi xiyyeeffannoon misooma magaalaa kanaaf kana dura kennamaa ture hagas mara kan ta'in kan namatti agarsiisudha. Gama biraatiin immoo dhimmi hawaas dinagdees mataa isaatiin rakkoo akka ta'edha. Waltajjii kanarratti hangafoonni haasaa taasisaa turanii kan isaan ibsanii gara rakkoo kana furuudhaaf immoo tooftaawwan adda addaa fayyadamuun akka barbaachisus kaasaati kan turan.
Dr. Stephen African Economic Commission chairpersonidha. Hogganaadha Komishinii Dinagdee Afrikaatti. Keessumaa wantoonni akka ajandaatti yookaan immoo keessumaa kana booda kan isaan bal'inaan irratti mari'atan 2063 ajandaa Afrikaan qabattee jirtu keessaa isa tokkodha fooramiin magaalotaa kuni. Keessumaayyuu caalmaatti magaalota guddisuudhaaf dinagdee isaaniitiin caalmaatti babal'isuudhaaf akka rakkootti wantoonni magaalota Afrikaa baay'ee isaanii tokko taasisuu akka jirudha kan isaan kaasan. Fakkeenyaaf teekinooloojii connectivity magaalota baay'ee keessatti rakkoon teekinooloojiidhaan wal qunnamsiisuu rakkoon infraastiraakcharii yookaan immoo ijaarsawwan garaagaraa magaalota keessatti barbaachisan akka amma jenne magaalaa Finfinnee keessatti ijaarsi baay'een isaanii gaggeeffamaa jiru. Inni kun magaalonni baay'een isaanii duubatti akka isaan hafan kan taasise ta'uu isaaniiti. Kan biraan inisheetiivoonni African Economic Commissioniin deeggaru jira. Magaalota tokko tokkoof fandi godhee akka isaan of danda'aniif kan taasisu jira. Achi keessaa fakkeenya free trade dura dhawaatti kan eegallee jirru daldalli bilisa magaalota Afrikaa jala argachuu qabuun isaan mudataa ture irraa bilisa ta'a jechuudha. Gama biraatiin immoo magaalota keessatti faayinaansiyaaliiwwan garaagaraa deeggarsi garaagaraa taasifamu jireenya magaalaa keessa namoota jiraataniitu fooyya'aa. Fakkeenyaaf rakkoo mana jireenyaati. Magaalota Afrikaa baay'ee keessa deemte rakkoo mana jireenyaa rakkoo guddaadha. Sababiin isaa waggaadhaan hammi namoota baadiyyaarraa gara magaalaatti muuf godhanii dhufanii yookaan immoo godaananii heddummachaa dabalaa jira waan ta'eef kanaafu isaan kun xiyyeeffannoo guddaa kan barbaaduu fi magaalota Afrikaa irratti bal'inaan hojjetamuun akka irra jiraatu kan isaan kaasan.
Egaa keessattuu akkuma atis jalqaba kaaste rakkoowwan hedduudha magaalaa keessatti kan mudatu. Fakkeenyaaf amma yeroo hedduu bu'uuraalee misoomaa garaagaraa magaalota keessatti guutuudhaan wal qabatee rakkoon baajataa hin kaa'amne rakkoon faayinaansii yeroo hedduu hin kaa'amu waan ta'eef rakkoo faayinaansii sana furuudhaaf magaalonni faayinaansii mataa isaanii akka maddisiisan waan maddisiisan sana immoo sirnaan hojiirra akka oolchanii fi bu'uuraalee misoomaa barbaadamuuf sana qofa hojiirra oolchuudhaan akka itti fayyadaman taasisuun akka barbaachisu. Inni sunis bulchiinsa mataa isaatii akka gaafatudha kan isaan kaasan. Egaa adda Adaanechis jalqaba yeroo haasaa taasisan yookaan immoo yeroo namoota kanneeniin baga nagaan dhuftan jedhanii kaasanu egereen magaalota Afrikaa ifa egereen isaanii harka keenya jira jedhan yoo nuti sirnaan qixaan hooggansa barbaachisu kennine hoogganuu dandeenye magaalota Afrikaa jijjiiruu dandeenya. Magaalota Afrikaa jireenya jiraattota magaalaa ishee sanaaf mijattuu taate uumuu dandeenya. Magaalaa miidhagduu hawwattuu gama jijjiirama qilleensaatiin isa ta'u kan rakkoof nama saaxilee gama kamiinuu hawwattummaa ishee magaalaa eegame uumuu ni dandeenyaadha. Isa sanaaf ammoo hooggansi shoora olaanaa taphataadha. Kan isaan waltajjii sana irrattis kaasanii akkati kaaste immoo gama biraatiin keessattuu taasifamuu jabaachuu qaba. Magaalonni teekinooloojiidhaa fi kalaqaan walitti hidhamuu qabudha. Kanaan gama biraatiin immoo akka jalqabas kaasne baay'inni nama magaalaatti yeroo dabalaa deemu namni waan nyaatu waan dhugu waan uffatu barbaada. Inni sun immoo qabeenyi jiru murtaadha waan ta'eef nama hunda waliin ga'u. Kanaaf namoonni harka qalleeyyii magaalota keessa jiraatanis akka hin miidhamne jiraattota magaalaatiif walumaa gala haalli akka mijatuuf gama wabii midhaan nyaataa mirkaneessuutiin illee xiyyeeffannoo akka barbaadu isa kanaafis keessaayyuu qonni magaalaa fa'aa akka furtuutti akka hojiirra oolaa turee fi ammas immoo dhimmoota sanarratti naannoodhaa wajjiniin madaqanii bu'aa gaarii kennuu kan oomisha danda'an irratti xiyyeeffatanii magaalota keessatti sana babal'isuun illee akka barbaachisu fooramii kanarratti bal'inaan wantoota yeroo haasaa baniisaa taasisanii aangawoonni kunneen ergaa isaaniitiin dabarsaa turanidha.
Eeyyee mirkana keessumaayyoo sontuqee wannoon itti darbuun irra hin jiraanne dhimmoota innoveeshinii wal qabatan kalaqa hojiiwwan kalaqa Afrikaa keessatti hojii bal'aa kan barbaaduu fi caalmaatti sadarkaa hooggansa olaanaatti illee sadarkaa gamtaa Afrikaatti illee kan irratti hojjetamuu qabu keessaa tokko dhimmoota kalaqaa wal qabatanidha. Magaalota keessatti baasiiwwan irra caalaan ittiin magaala keessatti ijaartu wantoota alaa dhufan yoo ta'e hammati maallaqa baastee magaalaa kee infraastiraakchariidhaan ittiin guutuu dandeessu maallaqni ati baastu sun baay'ee guddaa taadema garuu hojiiwwan kalaqaa garaagaraa itti fayyadamtee oomishawwan biyya keessaa fayyadamuutti ceetetta taanaan garuu hojii bal'aa hojjettaa magaalaa guddisuu hin danda'ama carraa hojii uumuu hin danda'ama caalmaatti immoo jijjiirraa maallaqa alaatiif illee harka kee baay'inaan diriirsu jechuudha. Kanaaf caalmaatti hooggansi amma keessumaayyuu Fooramii Magaalota Afrikaa kanatti yaadota kaasaa turan caalmaan isaa duratti one step forward isa jechuu ni dandeenyu suni. Kanarra darbee kana booda hojiilee bal'inaan yookaan mariidhuma amma gaggeeffamu kana keessatti guyyoota sadan har'a booda guyyoota sadan itti fufaniif gaggeeffaman keessatti magaalonni Afrikaa muuxannoon irraa fudhatamuu qabu eenyufaati? Fakkeenyaaf magaalaa Finfinnee irraa maaltu fudhatamuu qaba? Akkuma jalqaba maayik kaasaa ture suni magaalaa irra deebi'anii ijaaruu irratti infraastiraakcharii garaagaraa diriirsuu irratti ji'oottan ja'an darban qofa keessatti magaalaan Finfinnee namni ja'a dura magaalaa Finfinnee dhufee fi har'a magaalaa Finfinnee dhufee ambaasaadarii tokko completely magaalaa Finfinnee tokko jedhee beekuu dhiisuu danda'a. Kana jechuun kutannoodhaan itti cimeera taanaan yookaan immoo kutannoodhaan galaniiru taanaan haga kam jijjiirama fiduun akka danda'amu kan agarsiisu. Kanaaf magaalaa Finfinnee irraa maal baratti? Fakkeenyaaf magaalaan Keeniyaan Naayiroobiin maal baratti magaalaa Finfinnee irraa? Magaalaa Finfinnee Naayiroobii irraa maal fudhatti kan jedhu sun irratti bal'inaan kan fudhatamudha. Tamasgen Xurunee ministeera muummee taanaanis dhimma yuunitii wal qabatu dhimmoota magaalota Afrikaa walitti hidhuudhaan wal qabatu bal'inaan kan isaan jirani kun waan irratti hojjetamuu qabullee jennee kaasuu dandeenya.
Egaa keessattuu akka jalqabas kaasne waan kalaqaa yeroo kaastu waan yaadachiiste amma magaalaa Finfinnee keessatti kooriidariin misoomaa yeroo gaggeeffamu ibsaa dabalatee wantoonni kooriidarii sanaa fi hojiirra oolan baay'een isaanii oomishuma biyya keessaa akka ta'an adda addaanichi yeroo darbe kan isaan ibsaa turan jechaadha. Kana jechuun baasii baay'ee osoo hin baasiin humna qabduun maallaqa murtaa'aa qabdu sanaan effektiivlii waan hojjechuu barbaaddu sana karaa bu'a qabeessa ta'een hojjechuudhaaf kalaqni baay'ee murteessaadha. Kalaqa biyya keessaa jajjabeessuun immoo qooda olaanaadha kan qabu. Keessattuu Itoophiyaan keessattuu amma magaalota keessatti bu'uuraalee misoomaa hedduu barbaachisaa, bishaaniin barbaachisaa, ibsaan barbaachisaa, bu'uuraaleen misoomaa teleekoom barbaachisu. Isaan sana baasii isaanii uwwistee waa hunda hojjechuudhaaf yeroo tokkoon hin dandeessu. Maallaqa hedduu si gaafata yeroo tokkotti investi gochuudhaaf. Kana waan ta'eef isaan sana haala barbaachisuun magaalaa tokko guddisuudhaaf bu'uuraalee misoomaa barbaachisan kana hojiirra oolchuudhaaf yookaan immoo bu'uuraalee misoomaa sana diriirsuudhaaf qabeenyuma xiqqoo jiru sirnaan itti fayyadamuun barbaachisaadha kan isaan jedhan. Qabeenya xiqqoo qabdu sana sirnaan itti fayyadamte taanaan kalaqatti dabaltee teekinooloojiidhaan deeggaramtee hin hojjetta taanaan baasii xiqqoodhaan waan barbaaddu waan hedduu hojjechuu dandeessaadha ergaan isaanii.
Haa ta'u egaa as keessatti namoota baay'ee argaa turre mirkana magaalaa Finfinnee keessa ministeerota qofa osoo hin taane magaalota xixiqqaa kanneen hoogganan yookaan immoo kantiibota magaalota kanneen biroo baay'ee isaanii argaa turre ministeeronni baay'een isaanii as keessa jiru. Isaan kun hundi isaanii xiyyeeffannoo guddaadhaan magaalota kanneen biroo hojjechuudhaafis akka isaan gargaaruudhaafidha. Yeroo darbe marsaa lammaffaadha ministeera muummee bakka argamanitti Dr. Abiy Ahmed bakka argamanitti magaalonni marsaa lammaffaadhaaf misoomni koriidarii keessatti hojjetaman ifa ta'ee ture. Carraan hojii yookaan immoo qoqqooddaan namoota koriidariiwwan kana hooggananis raawwatamee ture akkuma atis beektu. Achi keessatti magaalonni akka Adaamaa, Bishooftuu, Baardaar, Gondar, Samaraaf kanneen biroo keessatti dabalama argamaniiti kan isaan turan kana jechuun maalinni magaalaan Finfinnee qofti kan guddattu osoo hin taane akka adeemsa mootummaa Itoophiyaatti magaalonni kanneen biroollee hin beekta mirkanaa magaalonni kan Afrikaa kan yeroo jalqabaatiif qopheessummaa Itoophiyaatiin as magaalaa Finfinneetti qophaa'ee tamsaasa kallattiitiin simbiraan gahaa turreeti kan nuti jirru. Egaa fooramiin kun guyyoota sadan dhufaniif kan itti futaa karaa odeeffannoof oduu keenya garaagaraatiin dhimmoota ajandaawwan gurguddaa foorumii Afrikaa magaalota Afrikaa kan irratti kaan simbiraan gahaarra turtii kan taasisu ta'a jechuudha guyyootan sadan dhufan kanaaf amma garuu asumaan yeroon oduu keenyaas darbeera waan ta'eef kallattiidhaan gara sunitti isaan kan gaggeessinu ta'a mirkanaa Taaddasaa Olaanaa yaaddessaa turre yeroo gaarii qabaadha. Mirkanaa Taaddasaa Olaanaa yaaddessaa turre yeroo gaarii qabaadha.